What's up? How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all coming out, man. I'm 40 years old. I just turned 40 years old. I realized I was born in the wrong generation. I should have been born now. Like for real. Because everybody now is so open about having disabilities and all kinds of shit. When I was younger, you couldn't be open about that. Now everybody's like, I'm on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm dyslexic. I'm whatever. Fucking depressed. Russell. No. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, We didn't buy. But now me, like I say, I was actually diagnosed with dyslexia when I was a kid. And it was back in the 90s, so it was a simple test. I'm a Mexicano, so they put my arm beside a brown paper bag and they said, yeah, he's dyslexic. Threw me in special ed right there, man. But back then it was kind of crazy too because I found out that dyslexia sometimes passes down generations. So my mom and my grandma actually are dyslexic. But of course, back then they were just stupid. Like that's what it was. So I remember when they first found out, they kind of took it kind of hard. My mom, when they told her that I was dyslexic, she asked them, she was like, well, how much longer does he have to live? They were like, ma'am, it doesn't work that way, My grandma, on the other hand, she's Mexicana from Mexico, doesn't really speak English, so she didn't really quite understand. So she heard that mijo sucks dick. So she goes and tells the whole family that I'm licking dicks at school and shit. So everybody was like, oh, he's fucking gay and shit. So it was just traumatizing, That's a new word I learned that the younger generation talks about, PTSD and trauma. Well, another thing my mom did was she decided she was going to go ahead and just shave my hair before it started falling out. And she would always fuck up and miss a bunch of parts, So I really looked like I was special ed. Like I fit. But one thing that sucks about dyslexia as I've gotten older, man, I really can't read and write. So I kind of try to memorize what a word is, not just guess what it is by looking at it. True story, when I was a kid, we would travel, right? A lot on the highway. And we have our little picnic signs or whatever. I used to think it said panic. So I thought those were panic areas. So in my mind, I was like, there's a lot of people on the highway that start panicking and shit. But I just imagine some dude, I can't take it, honey. Hold on, babe. It says 3.5 miles before you can panic. I want to make it. That's what I thought people were doing. I was like, damn, driving is scary and shit. Another thing I hate about being dyslexic, man, is I'm grateful for technology, but I fight with technology a lot. So I use Google to try to learn how to write something. But I learned it will not teach you how to spell period or question mark. It'll just put that motherfucker on there. So I'm sitting there fighting like, how do you spell period? It puts a period. I'm like, no, bitch, how do you spell the word period? Like, God damn. So I'm always fighting with the machine. So if AI ever turns on us, it's my fault. But anyways, like I said, man, I'm in the wrong generation for this shit. So by the time I was in junior high, special ed was kind of a catch-all. You know what I'm saying? Like anything was wrong with you, they threw you in there. I swear to God, we had this one kid. All that was wrong with this dude, he was in a wheelchair. He was smart as fuck. I called him Professor X. Like, for real. Homeboy read the encyclopedia for fun and shit. But he got thrown in there because he's in a fucking wheelchair. Then there was this fine-ass white girl. All she had was like one crooked-ass eye that would look over here. But she was fine, but they threw her in there. like, you fucking go special ed and shit. Then they had my ass in there, fucking, I thought I was a little gangbanger back then because I grew up in East Lubbock. And so I was over there fucking shaved head, fucking pants sagging and shit. So they threw me in there. Then I may or may not have went to like a white school. So if you were black, you were in special ed no matter what. So we had like the 3 black kids in there too. They were all smart as fuck. But one thing that I thought was funny about fucking special ed was they treated us like we were sideshows, Like we couldn't go to lunch at the same time everybody else did. Like they would not let us go to lunch. But when it was our turn to go to lunch, it was like a big ass announcement. And it was fucked up because you could hear us coming to lunch. So let me paint a picture for y'all. Everybody probably went to lunch, right? So we're the last ones to go. We're the last period. So in between, your little passing period, you start hearing. And so you would hear, of course, there were some kids that, I'm not going to say that word because my daughter gets mad at me. They would start, and we had to be in single file line. So then you have that little fine bitch. She's over there walking in the walls, so we're making all kinds of fucking noise. Then me, the little gangbanger, back then we had, it was Cash Money Millionaires, and they used to like to make a lot of noises in their raps. So I'll be walking down the hall throwing up gang signs. So you would just see us coming down the fucking hallway. Like, those are special kids are going to lunch. Now, I appreciate y'all, man. My name is Iz. Thank you for letting me jump off a little bit. Y'all take it easy.